Well, it's a distinct pleasure for me to have the opportunity to just say a few words. First of all, Colonel Moe, who himself is a true American hero, 5 years and 3 months in the Hanoi Hilton, with guards walking past his impossibly small cell, just jingling their keys, tormenting him with torture yet to come. You meet Colonel Moe and you say he must just be a superhuman being. Then you get to know him, and in many ways he's just like us, greater than I am, without any doubt. But he was a human being that reached down deep, relied on his faith, and remembered the foundation of America. 5 years and 3 months, beaten, tortured, haunted, he returned home. And what I like to call the great arc of justice, he now represents veterans in the state of Ohio and is one of the great leaders in America on behalf of our great servants, the veterans of America. How about acknowledging Colonel Tom Moe? Weeks ago, Colonel Moe and I went to Dayton, where we stood and watched an extremely emotional ceremony, the awarding of the Silver Star to the family of Specialist Jesse Snow. Jesse lost his weapon being disabled by an RPG. Jesse then decided to try to rescue the wounded, crawled out into open gunfire, pulling people one at a time into safety. It then became apparent that his friends were at risk. He laid down his life for his friends, shielding them with his own body. Jesse wears a big crown today. Any person that lays down their lives for the love of another is honored where it really matters. And that's in paradise. Well, Jesse was a man that'll always be stuck in my mind, that incredible sacrifice. What we do today, though, is that we, in addition to recognizing the sacrifice, the enormous sacrifice that our men and women make to support the ideals of our country, stand up really for our children. We are today going to present awards to those who have had lifetime service. And when I think about lifetime service, you can't help but think about Scripture's greatest command. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's the only way to describe the people who are going to be awarded today. Because it has to be love that has given them the reason, the motivation to not only serve as veterans themselves, but then continuing to serve all of their lives. Some of them they're all amazing, but there are a few that's particularly struck me, like Gifford Doxey, prisoner of war in World War II, 87 years young. Where is Gifford? Is he here? Raise your hand, Gifford. But Gifford, I remember going to a birthday party for Novice Fawcett, the old president of Ohio State, and his 90-year-old friend was there, and he stood up and he said, "Nov can only be 80 again." Gifford Doxey, 87 years young. He works with the homeless. He works at a hospice. And he's one of the key volunteers for the Kairos Prison Ministry at the Hocking Corrections Facility. But let me tell you that Kairos has made a huge difference in the lives of many of our prisoners, giving them a chance to have hope. The Director of Corrections, Gary Moore, and people who have observed Kairos says it is the most effective way in which someone who has been convicted of a crime can reclaim their life. Hospice, Kairos, Pretty amazing. Richard and Linda Hart, a husband and a wife team, Vietnam veterans. They raised $10,000 in scholarships in the name of a Marine killed in Iraq and raised additional funds to pay for a fellow Vietnam veteran's liver transplant. They've opened their home to provide a club for the military, and they've created a support structure where none exists. There's nothing but love that could motivate that kind of effort. And there's Richard Stobbs, a former sheriff in Belmont County, chairman of the effort to make a reality of the Gold Star license plates for families who, of course, have lost loved ones. He did this to honor his wife's first husband, who was killed in Vietnam. He's also worked tirelessly to raise funds and bring attention to ovarian cancer, which later claimed his beloved wife, Joanne. And Dr. Miller Toombs, he practiced medicine in Scioto County for over 50 years. 15,000 babies he delivered. Where is it? Where is it? Doctor, where are you? Raise your hand. 15,000 babies delivered by this man. God bless you. Well, he and his wife, Genevieve, have donated over $1.5 million to Shawnee State. Well, ladies and gentlemen, these are just a few of the outstanding recipients today. People who serve, people I admire, people we should all be inspired by to ask ourselves, what are we doing to carry out the Lord's purpose on this earth? What are we doing to use our gifts to be able to make for a little better world? These ladies and gentlemen are really lucky. They're going to wear a big crown someday. I hope they'll let me put it on for just a few minutes when I get up there. The fact of the matter is they are heroes. And they're heroes because they've decided throughout their lives they needed to give back, selflessly. Not to be important, not to get a medal. That's what makes this ceremony so special. That people review the nominees and they pick the ones that they think best exemplify those who have come before them, who live a full life of tireless public service. There's a lot of things about this job that are particularly interesting. Having a moment to salute great heroes like this is one of the most special moments in having the privilege to be the governor of the state of Ohio. Thank you.